Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Atmosphere for Healing, a special program that brings alive the healing ministration of our men of God, the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel. And of course, the program is being brought to you in collaboration with the Healing Institute. So we want to first of all thank our men of God, the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel, for even making it possible and giving us the privilege, the time, and the opportunity to broadcast around the world that which God is doing through him. So we thank you, and we just say we honor the grace that is upon your life. Thank you ever so much. Now, this particular episode is being brought to you from the city of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, and it's because of the 3 days of conference or convention that the men of God, the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel, conducted from the 30th of June 2023 to the 2nd of July 2023. And that conference, it was packed, but upon thousands and thousands of people. One thing that stood out was the signs, the miracles, and the healings that took place all around the place like a common thing. And because of that, so many people queue up for their testimony, because things that they couldn't do for years, for ages, they could do those things simply because the power of God flowed through the hands of the prophet of God to this last dispensation, the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel. So we're bringing you today in studio. We have a special guest, and this guest have been going through a lot of problems, including back pains, chest pains, and even at the point where the doctors gave her for 5 consecutive years concerning her case. And it reached a stage where it was so desperate that she could hardly do a lot of things. She couldn't do anything at all because of this. And because the man of God arrived in Tanzania, she took that opportunity, the time and chance to be able to enter that environment, and then she received her healing. So I want to say, make sure you are spreading this broadcast, and as you spread it on social media platforms, let people come and listen and understand that miracle signs and wonders still take place today in real time through the hands and the extremities of the men of God, the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel. We will be right back after this break. Thank you.
Supernatural power of the believer. Discover the secrets to growing in the 5 dimensions of God's power. Order your copy of this best-selling book with over 100,000 copies sold by Uebert Angel from the Amazon Kindle store, or visit our online shop at www.uebertangel.org. Thank you, our partners and friends, for making it possible to bring this message to you. Those wishing to partner with Uebert Angel, please visit www.uebertangel.org.
Welcome back, welcome back. Before the break, I told you that this program is being brought from the city of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. And today I have a special guest with me in studio on the Atmosphere for Healing, and the person's name is Sister Tina. And because of the language that is widely used here, Swahili, we will also be having a translator, as she gave her testimony of the miraculous healing that took place during the convention, during the conference of the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel in the city of Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. So Sister Tina, welcome to the Atmosphere for Healing.
Sister Tina, karibu sana kwenye Atmosphere ya Healing.
Asante.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, you seem very calm, collected, relaxed, but I believe before it wasn't like that.
Najua kabla hukuwa relax kama hivi.
Ndiyo.
So you suffer from a medical condition called angina pectoris.
Ulikuwa na ugonjwa unaoitwa angina pectoris.
So
Yes.
how was it affecting your life in general? Because you said for 5 years it was affecting you.
Ilikuwa inafanya nini kwenye maisha yako kwa miaka 5?
Ilikuwa inanisumbua sana, 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 sana.
It was disturbing me a lot.
So when you say disturbing me, we want to know what are some of the things that this particular medical condition was doing to you that it disturbed your life a lot. What are some of the things?
Tunataka kujua kwa zaidi vitu gani ambavyo vilikuwa vinakushinda kwa sababu ya hii ugonjwa.
nilikuwa nashindwa kufanya vitu vingi sana kwa sababu hata ile ndoo ya maji kuibeba, yani kwa sababu nikiongea kwamba habari ya ndoo ni kitu ambacho ni cha kushangaza kwa sababu mtu mzima mimi kama mimi kushindwa kubeba ndoo ya maji ndogo inakuwa ni kazi.
I wasn't able to do a lot of things. As grown as I am, I couldn't even carry a bucket of water.
Wow. Couldn't carry a bucket of water?
Ndio. Nilikuwa nashindwa hata kubeba yani mkoba kwa muda mrefu.
For a long time, she couldn't even carry her own handbag.
You couldn't carry your own handbag. And I understand this particular medical condition is affecting the spinal cord.
Anaelewa hii inaumiza mgongo.
Sawa, nilikuwa nashindwa yani mpaka hadi yani ile kukaa kwa muda mrefu nilikuwa siwezi, yani kukaa muda mrefu.
Yes, she couldn't even sit down for a long time.
That's something very difficult to live with.
Hiyo ni kitu ngumu kuishi nayo.
And in terms of the back being affected, I believe it also affected your chest.
Ilikuwa inaumiza mgongo na pia kifua.
Ilikuwa inaniumiza yani mgongo, alafu inakuja kwenye sehemu za nyonga hizi, yani inakaza, yani nashindwa, yani nilikuwa nashindwa kwa ujumla, yani kiafya nilikuwa najishindwa kabisa, yani siko vizuri.
It would affect her back and she would be very stiff. She couldn't even carry herself.
She couldn't carry herself. And for 5 years, you lived with this problem. Now, it's very important for us to know, having spinal cord situation or medical condition, the chest also having severe problem, you couldn't lift things, you couldn't really sit for long, all these problems compounded together. And what were the doctors saying to you?
Madaktari walikuwa wanasema nini kwako?
Madaktari walionipima kunipima zile yani x-ray zile mbili, waliniambia kwamba zile pingili za mgongo yani zimesagika, yani haziwezi kwa ujumla, yani zimesagika.
The doctors had told her after doing the 2 x-rays that the discs in her spinal cords, they're disattached.
Wow. So the disc completely disattached. So in that case, when you talk about the pains you were going through, not only the chest, but as well as the spinal cord, and when it comes to your social life, you know, the day-to-day things that we take for granted, even for sleeping, was it easy for you to do that?
Vitu ambavyo watu wanafanya kila siku, hata kulala, ilikuwa rahisi kwako kufanya?
Hapana, yani kulala kwangu ilikuwa ni shida. Yani kila siku kukicha, hakuna siku ambayo nilikuwa nalala bila kulia kama mtoto. Siwezi kulala kitanda ni cha kwangu, lakini kuwa nalala yani si kwamba naongea yani mtu ambaye angekuwa anajua maumivu ambayo nayapata. Yani si kwamba anaongea tu labda, yani ni hali ya kawaida, sio hali ya kawaida.
No, sleeping was very difficult for her. She couldn't go to sleep every single night without crying herself to sleep like a baby because of the pain that she was experiencing.
Kwa kama ni kulala kwa kifudifudi ni kwa silali, kwa sababu najua nikilala kifudifudi nikija kunyanyuka mgongo unakuwa umesha kaza.
She couldn't sleep any manner because she knew that if she slept anyhow, she would wake up with her back very stiff.
Wow.
Na zaidi ya hapo, labda nimemaliza kula chakula mpaka kwanza nikalale chini, yani kama kwenye tiles au sehemu yoyote, yani nikaubalance, yani ni balance. Nisiondoke tu hivi kunyanyuka kwenda kulala bila kulala chini. Yani hiyo ni lazima mpaka ni balance ule mgongo ndo nitoke kitandani niende kulala. Nikishalala ni kulala, yani nalia, nikigeuka hivi unakataa, nikigeuka tu hivi. Yani mpaka hadi asubuhi sipati hata nafuu.
And even after sleeping, she couldn't go straight to sleep. She had to balance her back on the floor. And even when she did go to sleep, if she turned even slightly, she would be in immense pain until the morning.
So it means that she was like sleeping on the bare floor to be on the flat surface.
Kwa hiyo ulikuwa unalala kwenye tiles.
Yani kusudi nipate balance ya kuingia kitandani.
So that she could get the balance to get into bed, she had to sleep on the floor first.
Kwa sababu hilo zoezi ambao nilipewa na madaktari, nilale chini kwenye tiles miezi 2, bado haikufanya kazi yoyote. Nilikaa kwa kujitesa tu yani.
That was the exercise she was given by the doctors, to first sleep on the floor for 2 months, but it didn't help her at all.
It didn't help.
She continued to struggle.
Whatever the doctor prescribed for you to really help with your pains and the disc that are being completely displayed, it didn't help at all.
Madaktari walichokuambia haikusaidia kabisa.
Haikunisaidia chochote. Yani
didn't help with anything.
Yani mtu ambao nilikuwa natembea, yani mtu ananiangalia naona kwa sababu naongea, ananiona ni mzima, naongea ni mzima. Yani wakati mwingine naona hata aibu, nakuja kunyanyuka. Wakati mwingine sometimes unaangalia sasa au labda huyu kaniangalia, yani una balance, yani ile jinsi ya kuinuka, yani make ingefikia tu unanyanyuka tu hivi unaweza ukadondoka.
People would look at her and see that she looks normal, but she was going through a lot of immense pain. She was embarrassed to share this with other people, so she had to be very secretive, try to make herself comfortable around people.
So that was your life for 5 solid years.
Kwa hiyo ndo ilikuwa maisha yako kwa miaka 5.
Kabisa, yani ndo ilikuwa mimi maisha yangu. Wakati mwingine hata kufanya usafi, ukigoma umegoma kabisa, hata kudeki nyumba, yani unajua kugoma, yani ukigoma kabisa, yani umegoma. Naona mgongo umegoma. Wakati mwingine nalala naumwa, lakini wakati mwingine naamka, yani hivyo tu. Yani ilikuwa ni style yangu, yani ni style yangu ya kupeleka. Najua ni style yangu, nisifanye hivi, nisifanye. Yani shakuwa kama yani style fulani ambayo mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa najua ni maisha haya nayapeleka hivi na yapeleka hivi.
Yes, that was her life. Even there were times she couldn't even do housework. She had gotten accustomed to the fact that she couldn't move in certain ways.
That was the lifestyle until you met the highest in Prophet Uebert Angel.
Hayo ndo yalikuwa maisha yako mpaka ukakutana na Nabii Uebert Angel.
Yes, ndio yalikuwa maisha yangu.
Until you encounter his environment.
Paka ukaingia kwenye mazingira yake.
Yani nilipoingia kwenye mazingira yake yani ndo nikawa yani ndo solution yani ya moja kwa moja. Sikusikia tena maumivu, unaona? Yani sikusikia tena maumivu yoyote.
When I entered the environment of the prophet, that was my solution.
Amen.
Experience any background again.
Paka nikakaa najishangaa, sema kweli nimepona kweli, nimelala usingizi siku ya kwanza, siku ya pili, siku ya tatu.
I was so surprised. I really slept peacefully the first day, the second day.
That's what happened when you encounter and enter the environment of the prophet of God.
Ndo kilichotokea ulivyoingia kwenye mazingira ya nabii wa Mungu.
Ndo kilichotokea baada ya kukutana na mtumishi Uebert Angel, yani ndo kilichonitokea. Sikusikia maumivu. Yani kwanza nilikuwa naomba, unajua kuomba, yani nilikuwa naomba nikasema yani hapa nilivyoingia nisiondoke yani jinsi nilivyo. Yani nilikuwa naomba Mungu wa Uebert Angel aniguse, aniponye, yani aniponye.
Yes, that is what happened when she entered the environment of the prophet, and before that she was praying that the God of Prophet Uebert Angel would touch her.
Surely, the God of the highest in Prophet Uebert Angel touch you. And we can see the smile. We understand that you are so joyous. But before coming to the next step of actually, how did it happen? I want to speak to someone over there watching us. This is the atmosphere for healing, where we really bring that which God is doing through the hands of the highest in Prophet Uebert Angel. Bring him healings and signs, miracles and wonders throughout the world. Wherever he goes, these things are commonplace. So wherever you are, make sure that you are connected to the prophet of God. Make sure that one way or the other, any of the platform, even his books, the materials that he has written or that contains things that he makes sure that are connected to him and connected to you. Once you get in that environment, something is bound to change, because in the realm of the spirit, there is no distance, there is no barrier. So make sure that you are connected to the prophet of God, and surely you will be sharing your testimony. Now, but we want to go back to Sister Tina. You know, when she was explaining and say there's a solution that is found in the environment of the prophet of God. Did the prophet minister to you that day? Did he touch you?
Nabii alikugusa hiyo siku.
Alinigusa, nabii alinigusa.
And when he touches you, what happened to your body?
Alivyokugusa ulijisikiaje kwenye mwili?
Yani jisikiani mwili, yani nisikiani kama kama kuna kitu ambacho kimeachia, yani kiasi kwamba yani nikawa nimeishiwa yani nimeishiwa nguvu.
When the prophet touched me, I felt release in my body, like something had been released.
It's like all the spinal cord plates and disc that twisted begin to fall in line. All the chest pain begin to disappear. The release comes to you simply by the touch of the prophet of God. Hey, it's so powerful.
Huo mguso ukajisikia uhuru kupitia mkono wa nabii.
Ndio.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. It's because of the touch of the prophet. There are healings that flow through his hands. That's why it's important that when you are in that environment, as you said, you were expecting and you were praying that the prophet of God would minister to you, and surely it happened. And today you are testifying.
Ulikuwa unaomba na siku ya leo unatoa ushuhuda, umepata uponyaji kupitia mikono ya Prophet Uebert Angel.
What are some of the things that you couldn't do before the touch of the man of God, the Palestinian prophet Uebert Angel, and now you can do after the touch? What are some of the things now?
Tuambie vitu ambavyo hukuweza kufanya kabla ya mguso na ambazo unaweza kufanya sasa hivi.
Sasa hivi yani nina uwezo wa kufanya kila kitu, kwa sababu kama
now I can do everything.
Everything.
Kama ni maji nabeba.
If it's water, I can carry it.
Kuna mzigo ambao nimebeba asubuhi, yani nilikuwa ninaangalia kwamba je, nimepona au vipi? Nikabeba ule mzigo, nikatembea nao, nikasikia niko vizuri.
This very morning I was testing out. I was really healed. I was carrying a lot of luggage and I was able to do so without a problem.
That's the power of God that is resident in the man of God, the Palestinian prophet Uebert Angel. You were telling us that you could not really even bend backwards or forward before the healing that took place when the prophet of God ministered to you. Can you kind of demonstrate? Let us know, because now we don't have the heavyweight, but at least we see yourself. Can you bend backwards and forward, because that was impossible with your disc out of place? Can you do that?
Ulikuwa unasema uwezi kuinama, naomba utuonyeshe unavyoweza kuinama sasa. Inama nyuma na mbele.
Voila. Hey, that's power. That's power. It's okay. It's okay. You know, the release that you feel, you know, all these movements, we believe she couldn't do them before.
Unachoweza kufanya sasa hivi hukuweza kufanya kabla.
Yani sasa hivi yani nafanya.
Now I can do it all.
Nafanya.
I can do it.
But
sababu kuna yani kitu ambacho naweza nikaongea ni cha kushangaza. Make nilivyokuwa yani nikisikia kwamba labda nimebanwa mkojo yani. Hapo ndo siwezi kabisa kujitingisha, nasikia ni kama yani mifupa yote ndo imebana tu hivi.
What's surprising is when her bladder was full, all of her bones would become stiff. She couldn't move at all.
So then in the end.
Na sasa?
Lakini sasa hivi nimefanya hilo zoezi, nikasema ngoja nikakae muda mrefu, nikakaa muda mrefu kweli kweli. Nikasikia niko kwenye hali ya kawaida, yani mpaka nikamshangaa Mungu, nikakaa kabisa hali ya kawaida.
So she tested it out and she held her bladder for a really, really long time. And she was so surprised, she was so shocked that she was completely fine.
Wow, wow, wow. That's the power of God. That we talk about the potency of that power that is resident in the man of God, the Palestinian prophet Uebert Angel.
Hiyo ndo nguvu za Mungu ambazo zimekaa ndani ya nabii yake Uebert Angel.
Amina.
You are healed because you say I tested it out. Things I couldn't do before after the encounter with the prophet of God since the 1st of July 2023, which was on a Saturday. Today, everything, even Sunday up to today being Monday, everything just seems normal now for you.
Kila kitu ni kawaida sasa hivi kwako.
Kawaida, tena nafurahi sana, moyo wangu na amani. Yani ni kawaida, niko vizuri.
I'm completely normal. My heart is so full of joy.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's so good to hear, you know, because even if you don't tell them, we see the smiles on your face. There's no more pain. There is no more chest pain. There's no more back pain. We see you bending backwards and forwards. That's the healing power of God that is resident in the man of God, the Palestinian prophet Uebert Angel. When you encounter him, you encounter that environment, you encounter the power, the healing power, and he has really been seen and shown that you are healed completely.
Tumeona kweli umepona.
Nimepona kabisa, nimepona.
I'm free, completely free.
Wow.
Namshukuru Mungu sana, namshukuru sana mtumishi Uebert Angel, namshukuru sana.
I want her to look in this camera. Somebody watching us. They might be having similar problem with, their spinal cord, with the disc. They might be having problem with the chest, going through severe pains. They could not even sleep on a normal, bed. It's flat surface, and they couldn't bend backward or forward or carry any heavy load. Everything now, is normal to you. Somebody still might be going through similar situation that you went through before. So I want you to look in that camera to speak to that person. What do you think you have to say?
Unaweza ukaangalia kamera ukamwambia mtu ambaye anapitia ulichokuwa anapitia, kitu cha kumtia nguvu.
Kitu cha kumtia nguvu, mtu ambaye alikuwa anaumwa kama mimi, hata ambaye anaumwa kama mimi namtia nguvu. Mungu yupo anaponya, si kwamba ametuacha, cha msingi ni imani.
To encourage someone that is going through what I was going through. God is able to heal. He hasn't left you. Have faith.
Mimi mwenyewe nimepona kupitia mtumishi Uebert Angel.
Me myself, I have been healed through the man of God, Prophet Uebert Angel.
Wow.
Baada ya kuniombea nikapona.
After he prayed for me, I was healed.
Kwa hiyo nawatia moyo wale ambao wanaumwa migongo, wanaumwa viuno, yani wanazidi kumtumainia Mungu. Mungu yupo.
So I give courage to all those who are experiencing back pain, waist pain. Continue to trust in God.
Yani mtu asinganganie hospitali kila siku ya Mungu hospitali, sijui nini na kwenye maombi. Mungu yupo, anaponya.
Don't put your trust in the hospital. Trust in God. He is there and he heals.
Mimi nilienda hospitali ikashindikana. Wakaniambia nilale chini ikashindikana. Nikanywa madawa ya hospitali ikashindikana.
I'd gone to the hospital, it failed. They told me to lay on the floor, it failed. They gave me medicine, it failed.
Lakini nakuja kumshangaa Mungu, yani kidogo tu, unaona.
Until you met the prophet of God.
Nikamshangaa Mungu, nikaona nimepona mpaka hadi sasa hivi. Jamani, mnavyoniona mimi ni mzima kabisa.
But I'm shocked now God has touched me. I am completely whole.
Hospitali imeshindikana.
The hospital failed.
Dalili zote ambazo wananiambia madaktari imeshindikana. Na niishi maisha magumu sana kwa afya ya mgongo.
All the prescriptions that the doctors had given me had failed, and I went through a very difficult time.
Kwa hiyo yote yule ambaye muamini Mungu, amuamini Mungu. Haijalishi ni nani, zebu gani, sijui zebu gani. Amuamini Mungu, Mungu anaponya.
So it doesn't matter who you are, believe in God, God heals.
Mimi aliyeniponya ni Mungu, ndo aliyeniponya. Kupitia mtumishi wake, Uebert Angel ndo aliyeniponya.
Through his servant, Prophet Uebert Angel.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's so powerful. Now, what do you have to say to the prophet himself? Prophet Uebert Angel.
Una nini cha kusema kwa nabii Uebert Angel?
Yani namuombea sana.
I pray for him so much.
Namuwaza sana.
I think about him a lot.
Yani Mungu ampe afya.
May God bless him with good health.
Asizeke.
May he not get old.
Mungu azidi kumpa nguvu, yani hampe nguvu zaidi na upako zaidi na zaidi na zaidi.
May God give him more strength.
Na asituache wa Tanzania.
And may he not leave us Tanzanians.
Bado tunamhitaji sana.
We still need him a lot.
Sana, yani sana. Kwa kweli namshukuru sana.
Thank him so much.
Mungu azidi kumtumia.
May God continue to
ampe
use
afya
him.
nzuri.
Give him good health.
Familia ipe afya nzuri.
Good family to his good health to his
na nyie
family.
wote watumishi wa Mungu, Mungu azidi kuwapigania kwa afya njema.
And all of you leaders, may God continue to bless you with good health.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, you have heard the testimony of our Sister Tina, where she gone through this problem called angina pectoris, where the disc is out of place, completely displaced. The chest also was giving severe problems that even affected everything that she could do as a normal human being. She couldn't. And for 5 years, she lived with that problem. And as she said, the medical practitioner did not offer any solution to her problem until she met the man of God, the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel, on the conference called Good News Tanzania. Even as we broadcast from this place, as we really speak in studio from this place, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, the miracle signs and healing that took place through the hands of the man of God, the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel, we can see the potency of the power of God being demonstrated live before our very eyes. It was something to behold. And this miracle, these miracles that have happened, it can be yours. The moment you get connected to the men of God. Sister Tina shared her testimony because she was in that environment. She got connected to the men of God. And today, joyfully, she shared her testimony, what God did through the hands of the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel. And the power was released so that she's completely free, liberated. And now she's so joyful, carrying things that she couldn't carry before, sleeping soundly on her own bed that she couldn't sleep before, simply because of that medical condition. So I encourage you, wherever you are, make sure that you are connected to the prophet of God, to this last dispensation, no other than the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel. And we also want to take this time and opportunity to thank you, our men of God, Prophet Uebert Angel, for that which you are doing, even in the body of Christ, and making sure that the testimonies, the signs, the miracles, the healings, everything is being brought to the rest of the world so that they know that the power of God is resident in you. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. And of course, this program, The Atmosphere for Healing, that you are watching now, is being brought to you through the kind courtesy of the Healing Institute. So we encourage you, via, we are bringing you more and more episodes, all the way from the city of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. And of course, the next episode will follow after you make sure that you are viewing and following us everywhere, because the power of God is resident in the hands and the body and the whole being of the man of God to this last dispensation, the prophet of God to this last dispensation, no other than the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert Angel. So until next time.